Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Prism Custom PCs YouTube channel. Today, we are going to be doing, I have been very excited for this. We're going to be doing an RTX 50 series build. We got our hands on one of the very few 50 series, RTX 5080s to be specific, that are available off of launch. There was a lot of problems getting this thing, but we made it happen and we got two of them in stock. One of them we're going to be putting in this build to sell to one of you guys, and another one we're going to have available on hand as well. And because we have such a great GPU, we had to make sure that the rest of our components fit into it, and we're going to make that happen in this video today, guys. I want to start a little bit different this time out. We're going to start off with the case. Ladies and gentlemen, right here in this big box, we have the Lee 011 Vision. And I am super excited to build with this case. This has one of the first three-way clear designs of any case, and Lee does a great job making their cases. They're personally my favorite case brand, and I'm super excited. I've been waiting for an opportunity to build with this case, and we finally have that opportunity today. And this is gonna make our 5080 look even better than originally thought. Super excited to build this thing, man. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, for the CPU itself, we are going to go once again with the Ryzen 7 7700X, which is a 8-core, 5.4 GHz boost clock CPU. And we're using this one right now. Our client may decide to upgrade to the 9800X 3D, which is an incredible CPU. But if they decide to go ahead and keep the CPU that we got right here, it's going to do more than well enough for them, and it's going to pair with the 5080 perfectly. Alongside that, we have our AIO. This is the GA2 Trifinity from Lee as well, and we have a pair of the UNI fan SL120s, 5 fans to be exact, besides the 3 that are on the AIO. This is going to make sure that not only our CPU but our GPU as well stays cool. No, we won't be water blocking this this specific 5080, but later on down the line we will be water blocking 50 series graphics cards. But for the time being, this is going to make sure that inside of the Vision, we're gonna have enough airflow, and I say enough with an asterisk because these things are not known for getting great airflow, which is why we went for an AIO for this build. But ladies and gentlemen, this will still look absolutely gorgeous, and it'll provide all the things we need for this build. Storage solution needs to be quicker to match the speed of this 5080, and that's what we've got right here. This is the Samsung 990 Evo Plus, and this is the 2 terabyte variant with speeds of up to 7,250 megahertz. This is a PCIe Gen 4 SSD, and this is a 2 terabyte drive, so it will have more than enough. This is the biggest drive we've worked with so far on the channel and in our studio, but this is what we need to keep up with the 5080. Trust me, if you were going for a standard SATA SSD, it would not be able to keep up. So it's important that we got this. And speaking of storage and memory, we have our RAM here. This right here is the Corsair Vengeance RGB DDR5 memory from Corsair. This is compatible with their IQ Link software. Not that we're gonna need it that much, but these have an incredible RGB glow to them, and they're DDR5 running at 6,000 megahertz, ladies and gentlemen. These are great. The 32 gigabyte kit that's gonna go well with the 5080 and our CPU that we got. Now, in order to power this thing, we had to make sure that we get the right PSU for this. This right here is a Gigabyte PCIe Gen 5 power supply. This is rated 80 plus gold. This is an ATX, so it will fit inside of our case here. And this is a 1,000 watt power supply. It may be a little bit more than what this GPU and CPU combination needs, but it will allow for upgradability in the future. And with PCIe Gen 5 ready on here, this will be available with the 50 series graphics cards that we have on hand. One more thing we got for this build is a couple of custom cable mods here. These are going to be black and white, and they have the cable cones with it. Those will just tie the build in together. These also have a PCIe Gen 5 cable available for the 5080 graphics card, but this will make the PC look even better than just having the regular cables handed out. This also help with cable management because it allows for more rooms inside of the One thing I forgot to mention here is that we have our Gigabyte B650 Gaming X-AX V2 motherboard here. We have used this motherboard and CPU combinations in our previous videos because they work well together. And right here, we were able to save a lot of money on this motherboard because of the combination that we got from it. So it's a no-brainer to go ahead with this one. Again, this will pair well with our 5080, and it has Wi-Fi built in, and everything will be ready to go from the get-go. No having to do any bio flashes, nothing crazy. Everything will just get up and get running. And last but not least, we got the star of the show here. This right here is the Asus TUF Gaming RTX 5080 with the brand new DLSS 4 Gen inside of it. This is basically what the idea is that there are, this is a much more powerful graphics card than the 4070, the 4070 Ti and whatnot. And then going up from there, what allows this to stand out from the rest of them is its AI frame generation, which allows for frames to almost double in some titles. And this will allow you to play Minecraft shaders at a much higher rate. And that's a guarantee here. And Asus, they make great products. This TUF Gaming specific GPU, it's designed wonderfully. Of course, you know, with the scalpers and everything, it is incredibly hard to get your hands on this GPU. We made it happen here at Prism Customs, and we're gonna be able to send it to one of you guys who ends up deciding to buy this PC. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get into this build. I am super excited, and I cannot wait to see how this turns out. Alright guys, so this is what the build looks like as of right now. As you can see, we've got our AIO installed right here, everything nice and ready to go over here, and our fans are good to go. One thing, since there are two separate headers, because these are two different types of fans from Lee & so there were two separate RGB adapters that I needed to have, which as you guys can see, one's right here and one's right here. The reason that we have two of them is because they're two separate fan models, both from Lee & but they're both two separate RGB fan models, so they both have different wires and cables. Because of that, and the fact that we only have two USBs on the motherboard, we also have one for the AIO. I need to get a USB splitter, so we're able to plug those up. Once that's in, everything will be good to go, and then we'll cable management it, and when all that happens, we'll be able to install our 5080 inside. A little bit of a mess right here, guys, but so far so good. I'm really liking the way that the build's coming out now. Keep tuned. All right, guys, so we have majority of the components done in the PC now. It is time to unbox the RTX 5080. And this specifically right here is the Asus TUF Gaming RTX 5080. This one MSRP is for $1,350, but of course, scalpers suck and there's a shortage, and these are very expensive and hard to get. We, however, here at Prism Customs have the resources to get these cards available for you guys. So please hit us up if you're looking for not only the 5080, but for potentially even a 5090 as well. While it'll be difficult and it'll definitely be expensive, these cards and their new DLSS 4 abilities are definitely gonna, you know, set the tone for the next generation. And while I'm not exactly happy about NVIDIA's performance for these 50 series cards, the fact of the matter is they still hold a large share of the market, and they're still gonna be the dominators to come for the next few years. All right, you guys, so we have unboxed the RTX 5080, and this is a huge card. This is next to my head for comparison. The reason we got the specific case is because this is one of the few cases that will allow us to fit it in completely without having to get a full-size tower. Because of its open chassis design, we were able to fit a 360 millimeter AIO, a 360 radiator LIO with 3 extra fans and an exhaust fan out here, totally fine, which again, airflow in this case you do what you can with it. But the aesthetics of this build is what we're looking for, and I think they look great so far. And I cannot wait to see what happens when we install this in here and get this thing running. All right, guys, so we got the GPU in, and we just ran a quick little 3D mark, and the scores aren't looking too bad, man. This is pretty good for, you know, the build we got, and, you know, it's only going to go up with DLSS enabled and everything else going on. So, you know, this will definitely handle literally anything and everything you can throw at it, except for Indiana Jones. But very impressed with it so far. All right, guys, as you can see, the PC up and running. We got the software on there to make sure that all the fans and stuff are looking great now, and we've got all of our BIOS needs done. We've got all of our drivers installed. We have everything that we need for this PC to run perfectly. All that's left to do is to cable manage it and throw the panels on, and we will have the final review here in just a few minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The 5080 RTX 5080 build is finally done. It took a little longer because I wanted to make absolutely certain that everything that I wanted on this PC looked absolutely as best as it possibly could. And I'm almost perfect. I'm almost perfectly happy with the results. A couple things I would have done in the future. I definitely would have thought of cable management a little bit more ahead. I'm not happy with how the bottom looks, but it's completely with functionality purposes. So I had to leave it like that for the way that it is, with having two different RGB controllers syncing with two different types of fans. But I'm really happy with the aesthetics of this build overall, and definitely with the cable modifications that we did to it. I think it just blends everything together perfectly inside of such a glorious case. Guys, this build is currently on sale as of the time of posting this video, and if you guys want to snag it, you guys are more than welcome to hit us up in our DMs, in our on our email, in our comments down below. Hit us up there as well. We'll get in contact with you guys, and starting in March, hopefully, our website will be up and running for you guys to purchase all of these wonderful types of PCs on demand. We'll ship to all 48 continental states inside the United States and outside for extra more. But we provide these types of quality, not just for these types of builds, but for every single build that we do, both small budget and large budget. So guys, please be on the lookout for more coming. I am super happy with this build, and now it's time for the B-roll.
Guys, thanks for reaching the end of the video. We had a goal in mind, and we were able to complete an absolutely aesthetically pleasing RTX 5080 build, completed with Lee & Lee aesthetics, Lee & Lee cooler, Lee & Lee fans, Lee & Lee case. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment your thoughts on the build, and hit us up in our email, our Instagram if you guys have any questions. All socials will be linked in the description. Thanks for watching, guys.